Sardine bread, oh my. This is a go-to bread for me. If I was privileged to eat 4 of this, trust me, I will. But then, this bread, I've been craving it for like a long time. About last year, yes. But then I was like, I don't really want to get it from where I had to get it because of what I saw in my last bread. So I told myself, you can make this bread now. Why you stop it yourself? So I decided to make it. Note, this is not my first try. My first try went well, but this time around, I decided to film it to show everyone how to prepare one. Hi, this is Chef MJ, a food blogger from Lagos, Nigeria, and I post food videos every week. Please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, I want you to please click on the subscribe button and also click on the notification button to be notified anytime I post new videos. So today, we're making the fluffiest, easiest, and most delicious sardine bread ever. Did I remember to add that for this recipe you don't need a lot of ingredients? Oh, now you know. For this recipe, for sardine bread and every other bread, you actually don't need a lot of ingredients and it's so easy to do and the results are so good. Anyways, for this recipe we're needing some milk, sugar and yeast. You're gonna mix that all together and let it be for about 15 minutes. Set it aside for 15 minutes and the reason why it's pretty much taking a lot of time to like dissolve is because I didn't use more milk. You can likewise not use more milk, but you have to ensure that the yeast dissolves. Then you're going to set it aside for 15 minutes and let the yeast do its power. While that is being set aside, it's time to like bring our dry ingredients together. I'm going to be using flour. Full ingredients are listed in the description box plus measurement, so please check it out. The measurement for this recipe can actually make 2 large breads and 4 medium size bread, so it's up to you. If you want to add more to it, just double the size of the of the measurement. You just have to double the size of the measurements, and if you want to make a large quantity, just keep doubling daily, and then choose your preference to know how it's going to be enough. So right now I'm using about 2.5 cups of flour, and then I'm going to add sugar and salt. That's literally all the dry ingredients that you need. You don't need baking powder, you don't need baking soda. All you need is just powder, sugar and salt. So I'm just going to sieve all of them to ensure like there are no deads in the flour or the sugar or the salt. So that's what you're just gonna see me doing. There was actually pretty much no dirt in my dry ingredients. Right now I'm just gonna mix all that together. I'm just gonna mix everything together. After mixing, I'm just going to set aside, and now you can see how the yeast performed this magic after 15 minutes. I'm just going to stir that up to just give it a little bit of smooth paste. Not really smooth. Did I just say paste? A smooth mixture, and then I'm going to add my melted butter and egg. That's all you need. That's all you need. Then I'm going to mix everything together. Once I'm done mixing, I'm going to open the middle part of my flour. Does that make sense? I'm going to ensure that I pour my wet ingredients into the middle part of my dry ingredients, and I'm just going to mix up together and just keep mixing till like everything has been combined together. At this point, I can no longer do the mixing into the bowl, so I have to transfer it to my workplace. And to do that, I'm going to sprinkle some flour onto my workplace just so my my dough doesn't get sticky and all. So I'm just going to sprinkle some flour and then put my dough in onto my workplace and start kneading. Like, this is actually going to take about 15 to 20 minutes to get a very good texture. If you have a machine to do this, all you need to just do is just put the dry ingredients plus the wet ingredients into the machine, and it's just going to take about 5 to 10 minutes. But if you don't, you can just use your hand, nothing spoiled. So you're just going to keep mixing, keep knitting, like, just have to be patient till you get a very good result. Please, if you've not subscribed to this channel at this point, don't let us fight this new year. Please ensure that flour is directly on the workspace where you're kneading your dough, so it won't get all that sticky. So just keep doing it, keep being patient, so you get a very good result. So at this point, my dough is not ready yet, so I'm just going to keep doing it, keep knitting, and all. At this point, it actually remains 10 minutes to do it, so you just have to keep doing it, because no pain, no gain. Yes, no pain, no gain. So you just have to keep being patient and keep knitting. So right now it's about 15 minutes and it's still not yet done, but it's almost ready. I'm just going to sprinkle some flour into my workspace, and I'm just going to keep knitting. now it's absolutely ready. Like, you can tell the difference from the first second and now. It's so smooth, and you can see it's not even sticky or anything. I'm just going to grease my bowl with some oil. I'm using a brush, and I'm going to put my dough into it and also grease the top so it won't stick. Then I'm going to cover it with a thick cloth, and I'm going to put it into a warm place for about 45 to 1 hour. I actually kept it for 45 minutes. If you don't have a warm place in your house, just preheat your oven for about 10 minutes and then switch off the oven and then put it inside and leave it for 30 minutes. Right now it's ready. I love the spot. Just punch it. So I'm just gonna like punch it, and just to like release the air that's inside the dough, and I'm going to sprinkle some flour onto my workplace and cut it into two, because I told you this dough can actually make 2 large breads. I'm just going to roll this out into a flat dough with my rolling pin. For this recipe, I'm using some geisha, which was inside the tin, and you can see it's still looking very fresh. So you don't need to season this geisha because it has its own seasoning. Like, number 1, it was from the can. Number 2, it's fish, but then it was actually from the can. That's why I didn't season it, and I'm sure the company must have seasoned it. And I tasted it before knowing that, so this is okay. But if you want to season it, just add a little bit of salt and some seasoning, and that's fine. So I'm just going to put it in the center of my dough and fill that up with it, and then I'm going to roll my dough from the tip. I'm going to roll it once and then roll it again and then roll it finally, and then so right now I'm just going to set this aside and grease my bread pan, and also put a parchment paper at the bottom of the grease, and then grease it again. If you do not have a parchment paper, you can just grease your pan very well. If you don't grease your pan well, then your bread is not going to come out smooth. It's just going to come out sticky or glued to the pan. So you can just grease your pan well. I found out that my dough was longer than my bread pan, so I cut a little bit out of it to make it fit well. Right now I'm just going to put my dough into my pan and use a thick cloth to cover it up and let it rise or double in size for about 15 minutes in a warm place. You can as well use an oven, a preheated oven that has been switched off. So right now you can see the size, like it literally doubled 3 times. Anyways, the final step is just to third. Anyways, right now I'm just going to put some sardine. Is it sardine? Some fish onto my bread. I'm not using egg. I'm not going to do the egg wash. I actually tried this and it came out pretty much well. So using the egg wash or not using the egg wash, you're still going to get a really nice bread, like shining looking bread. So after that is done, I'm just going to put my bread into the oven for about 20 minutes, and this is how it looks like. Like, I was so happy. I'm just going to flip that over into the place and see it wasn't sticky. It came out so easy. And tell me you're going to try this, please. Comment down below in this comment section if you're going to try this, and please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, please. It means a lot to me. And also share. This is how the bread looks like. So the final step So the final step is just to grease the bread while it's still hot using oil or butter, but I'm actually using melted butter just to give it the shine and look, you understand? So that's just the final step, and that's it. You have your bread too safe. So please, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share and comment, and see you in my next video. Bye.